Might be live.
Are we live?
I think we're live.
Oh boy.
Welcome to two Gen Xers.
We're fine with the tech.
Fine.
I think
You're good with tech.
I think we do okay.
You're
I mean,
very
we,
good
we
with
had some
tech.
disasters when I was in Vancouver, but we seem to be
Yeah, but
doing okay.
that wasn't your fault. That
I
was the
found this on my desk.
what is that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start by something that I found.
Okay.
This is an envelope addressed to me.
Uh-oh.
It was from Brandon, our prop master. Remember
Of
Brandon?
course, Brando. Yeah.
Brando was the greatest. It's addressed March 16th, 2009. And in it is a handwritten letter
Oh my goodness.
and the original rose from season 1. It's flat because it has to be for storage. But I'm going to read you this letter because I found this the other day in preparation. Hi, by the way, everybody. We're still figuring out the chat situation. We don't have your questions yet, but we're just going to read this here letter for a second. And thank you for being with us. And thank you for pushing a week. It was
Yes.
a challenging week. So this is the story of a rose, handwritten by Brandon. And do you want to just fill people in on who Brandon is real quick?
Brandon was the prop master. I wanted to say freshman and sophomore year, but the first 2 seasons of Prison Break, he was in Chicago, and then he came to Dallas, right?
And then he came to LA, I think.
Oh,
I think because
it's
this is from 2009. So yeah, he was with the show the whole time.
he was a very dedicated props guy, as was his right hand Claire. Do you remember Claire from New Zealand?
Ooh, good pull. I would not have gotten her name.
And Brandon went by Brando. And the thing to, if you can just picture this, Brando looked, and I even when I think about him, I have trouble not seeing them as one person, exactly like Kenneth Branagh.
Yes. Oh my God.
Exactly like Kenneth Branagh. And then
Totally.
his nickname was Brando. So there was this whole actor thing. Also, he loved actors, and he was just the prop thing can seem small, and there's certain shows where it's just super important, and Prison Break felt like one of those shows where the props were, like, to my character, certainly very important, and obviously then the storyline, they were incredibly important. I mean,
Yeah.
all the cranes, all that stuff is
All the
props.
cranes, all the roses.
It's all props.
My first memory of Brando, and I completely forgot about the Ken Branagh thing. For those of you who don't know, just look up Kenneth Branagh. He's a brilliant British actor. And so I remember having a scene in the yard, and I'm sure I'd worked with Brandon before, but this is the first time he was like on my radar. And they handed me some files to be walking with, and they were brand new, like out of the box. And I'm looking around at Fox River, and I'm like, this whole place feels old. I was like, let's age these. So I dropped them on the ground to age them, and then I flipped them over to get them a little dirty. And he was like, stop. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Again, remember, I've been in the business like 5 minutes. And he was like, I will age them. I will age them in a way that I can replicate them. Please don't just throw them on the ground. And I was like, you're so right. I'm super, super sorry. And I went up to him later. I'm like, bro, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. And he was like, no, it's okay. It's going to be okay. And we got off on like just a wonderful foot after that misstep. I adore him. So this is the story of a rose. And again, if you're just joining us, when he says rose, he means the original rose that Michael gave Sarah in the infirmary.
Episode.
The fans will know.
Okay.
By the way, producer Ben is relaying our chat stuff to us because for some reason it's not working particularly well to get through to you guys. So he's going to let us know. Okay. Story of a rose. Sarah. The rose was made by a guy in Chicago who mailed it to us. There were supposed to be 2 of them. When they arrived, only one survived the delivery. Since the beginning, there was only one because it was because it was only one episode that it was supposed to be written for, we thought it was no big deal. But as the shows progressed, they kept writing it in more and more, and our concern grew. The guy who made them moved and left no forwarding number, and with it, the unique paper, no forwarding number, and with the unique paper, it was made from, we couldn't double it. So there we were. Help. Every time they wrote it in, you would roll your eyes. Every time they wrote it in and you rolled your eyes was a time we mutually were horrified at the newest possibility to lose or have the one of the rows be destroyed. So here it is. Paper, after 3 states, snow, rain, wind, heat, countless episodes, and its numerous transmutations. The one and only, Michael's eternal love for you.
Oh.
May you now remember its journey and my gift of love to you, because this rose and what it represents is actually just like you, one of a kind, XO Brandon.
Oh.
The sweetest. So you kind of can see like the paper that he made it from.
Yeah.
It's not something you could really and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm trying to be brave enough to open this thing up.
Oh my God, don't break it.
I won't break it. But even on the inside, the paper is really like unique. Anyway, super cool. So sharing that little bit of memorabilia with you.
Wow.
And any chance? Oh, somebody says any chance a season 6 will be made. We will get back to that in a minute. I had a question for you, Paul.
Yeah, I have
kick
a question.
us off.
I have a question for you too, but hit
Okay.
it.
Oh, we also have a birthday shout out that I want to.
Oh, yes.
Her name is Amore, and her sister wrote to us. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Her twin sister wrote to us, and they live, I believe, in Africa. And she said it's their birthday. I want to say September 24th. And she's one of those folks who's been so like active in our community and loving and supportive, and sent a beautiful letter to me via some of her other friends when I did a convention in Europe earlier this year. So happy birthday, Amore.
Happy
your
birthday,
sister
Amore.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, do you want to start with your question to me, or do you want me to start with my question to you?
I want you to start with yours to me.
Okay. My question to you is, what's your best advice for the actors in the reboot? Because they're bringing the show back. There will not be a season 6. And I'm sure most of you know that there will not be a season 6, partly because I think we've probably run out of story, but also because Wentworth has said he's done playing straight characters. And unless there's a massive rewrite, Michael Scofield is in fact heterosexual. But I think they've done a pilot, or they're doing a pilot or something on Hulu. So my question to you, Paul, is what's your best advice for those actors?
The best advice, Ben's telling us to adjust our sound, so I'm just turning mine down a little bit. That should do it.
Oh, is my sound too high?
I think it might just be our headphones are too high or something. He's hearing it. Okay.
Okay.
That should do it. Less tech, more talk.
Less tech, more talk.
It's hard to know. It's hard to give that advice without seeing the script. But I think my best advice would be to ground that I think the show is best when it's grounded and the characters are grounded and the story is heightened. Like I think that, we talked about it, and I think it was Wentworth who originally, or maybe Atanis, one of our directors, talked about the show feeling like a graphic novel at times. Mm-hmm. And I think there are these heightened moments, but I think as an actor, I don't think unless you're in a different kind of show, a different kind of movie, I don't think you ever play that. I think you play it as real as you can. I think there are some things where it's appropriate to, the whole thing is heightened. But in this case, it seems like the show depends on a certain emotionality and a certain kind of relationship between the characters that wants grounded acting.
Yeah. Well,
You
well
may disagree.
answered.
You may disagree.
No, I don't disagree at all. I don't disagree at all. I asked you that question partly because I was like, I have no idea what I would say. So
Yeah.
I was curious to hear your take.
Okay. Here's my question, or to you. 20-year anniversary, 20 years.
20
Right?
years.
Yeah. Coming up.
20 years.
Does it feel like 20 years?
When we watch it, yes, because I do not recognize that
But you look the same.
kid. I love you so much. I
No.
genuinely do.
I mean,
But when I think about who I was and that time in my life, I don't recognize me. Like I don't recognize me internally either. It feels like 20 years because I was pregnant and I just dropped that kid off at university.
yeah.
You know, like,
And does that feel like time flew, or does it feel like, yeah, that?
oh, you got to be really careful because I just dropped that kid off at university and I will cry. It feels like fuck, I'm totally going to cry. It feels like the greatest honor of a lifetime to raise a whole human to the point where that whole human now is off humaning without me making breakfast or checking in every day. You know what I mean? Like it feels like a lifetime ago because it was a lifetime ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel more like a director now than an actor. I like when I think of myself as a storyteller, I think of myself as a director far more than I think of myself as an actor. And I definitely, if you would ask me then if I ever wanted to direct, I'd be like, not in a million years with a gun to my head. That sounds like hell. You knew back then, but I did not. Okay, should we answer some questions?
Yes.
Okay, I'm scrolling back up. Ben's been scribing to us.
Yes.
Okay, so Mendy Marathi, any chance season 6 will be made? I genuinely think no.
I think you answered that. Yeah.
I think that's a hard no. Robin Jarris,
Ooh, here's a good one.
that rose needs to be preserved by a historian. It's a national fandom treasure. 100% that historian can have it when they pry it out of my cold dead fingers.
Okay, Sarah,
Yes.
do you wear a different Brenda K says you wore a different ring on your index finger in each season?
I did. I
What?
did.
Wait, I don't know this.
I did. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It was important to me to not have anything on a
Sure.
ring finger.
Sure.
I like a little bit of jewelry, but I don't know if this probably doesn't happen to men. Very often for women, when we play a character, every costume change, wardrobe will put different jewelry
Right. Sure. Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And I've always found that as somebody who is a little bit maybe more laid back with the way I live and dress, a little silly. I'm like, I've had this bracelet, this ring, and this necklace on for at least the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't change jewelry often, and especially Sarah, when she was like on the run, I was like, guys, we're not going to Barney's and like picking out a
Right.
thing. So at the beginning of every season, I would pick jewelry that we would wear but I did change it up every season because
Why?
because I had like a leather ring on my index finger for one of the seasons, and by the end of the season I was like, oh, this is genuinely nasty. Like it's been sweat in, cried in, there's blood on it. Yeah, I mean the first year I had an AIDS, do you remember those AIDS bracelets that was like a silver bracelet with an AIDS
Yeah.
ribbon on it?
I do.
Yeah, there's not much of a story there.
Okay.
Oh,
I did not know that. That's a detail I didn't know.
these guys miss nothing. Alicia wants to know what happened to my chairbacks. Okay, I had to. They're right over here. They're like just off camera. I had to take them down because I guessed it on somebody else's podcast, and it felt rude to have them
Uh-huh.
up there. And then I just never managed to find a hammer and nails again. Sorry. I wish that's a more exciting answer, but it in
Yeah, I think
fact
you should make
isn't.
something up.
Okay. We went Sasquatch hunting,
There you go.
and there was an injury
Yep.
because the Sasquatch got
Yep.
really, really private and
Yep.
started throwing the selfie sticks of the last people who went looking for Sasquatch, and I had to use the chairbacks
Yep.
as a bandage
Yeah.
to fix the
That
femur of
makes
somebody who'd run.
way more sense.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I didn't want to like blow up Sasquatch's spot
Yeah.
with
Don't.
that.
Um.
4 and 5. Okay, Tariq, did Paul sharing or Tarek? Sorry, did Paul sharing have difficulties choosing names for your characters?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. I think we've covered this, right?
We
I
were
was
just
Sarah from the beginning.
because it's spelled differently.
Yes, and you were Kellerman, and then they just decided to make you Paul Kellerman,
I was Kellerman. Danny was Hale.
and then they were like Paul Kellerman
Paul
and
and
Danny
Danny.
Hale.
Paul and Danny. They did it with CO Mac. They did it with. They did it with a
They did it
bunch
with
of
all
people.
the COs, right? Like
Yeah,
Stolte.
all the COs had their own names. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that means he had difficulty or not had difficult didn't have difficulty.
Might have meant he was just busy. He was like, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm
spending
trying to
my time
break a
doing
season.
this.
I'm not dealing with names.
Yeah.
Wait, quick question for you, Paul. If you could
Yes.
have picked a different name for Kellerman,
Oh. I can't.
not like Mordecai or
Mordecai. That seems a little on the nose.
Mordecai Kellerman.
You know the Kellerman. I'm sure we covered this too. Kellerman was one of the Secret Service agents on Kennedy's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Detail. I always wanted to
Yeah.
be Catherine. I hate the name Sarah. I've never liked my name. I would rather be Catherine. I was almost
kidding.
Catherine. My mom wanted to name me Catherine. My dad insisted on a name from the Bible, so my mom picked the only woman in the Bible that laughed at God. Their marriage lasted another 6 years.
Sarah is it? Oh, I see. Yes.
Catherine's not. But yeah, I've always wanted to be like a cat. That'd be
Do you
cool.
know that Sally is short for Sarah?
What?
Sally is short for Sarah in some.
Like Sally Ride is Sarah Ride?
Well, I don't know if she was Sarah Ride, but I know that my grandmother was Sarah, and then was Sally in America.
Man,
And
if anybody called me Sarah, I would punch them in the throat. No, Sally.
And my sister's name is Sally, and she's named after my grandmother, who was Sarah, then Sally.
So your sister is Sally?
Uh-huh.
Was your sister Sally in the show?
No.
Okay. Sally Kellerman. I'm going with
remember.
Mordecai Kellerman from
Yeah,
now on, by the way.
Mordecai.
MK.
Mordecai.
Give a shout out to MK. They're from Greece. What's up, MK from Greece?
Hi, MK.
Also, can we record our next live from Greece? That sounds great.
Yes.
I love Greece. I have not been there in so long. Lex wants to know, what book do you think everyone should read once in their lifetime? Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm going with Sand Talk, the Tyson Yunkaporta book.
Haven't read it.
It's on Aboriginal ways, Aboriginal Australian ways of seeing the world. It's amazing. It was one of those books that like you genuinely process information differently. Like you see things differently afterwards. Fiction wise, I don't know. I have to think about that. Do you have a?
I don't have a. Oh boy, I'm not prepared for that question.
No, pop quizzes are tough. And also, you guys, this is really early for Paul. It's 10:20.
It's not that early.
But you're all like, you like stay up and play music.
But
and
it's
are,
football
like,
season,
cool.
so everyone has to get up.
Sure.
Uh,
Football's the game that Taylor Swift's new fiance plays. Is that
correct. That's exactly right. I know you're just.
This is
making
me
that.
cosplaying as a Swiftie. I know nothing about any of this.
You've talked before about the season 5 deleted scenes with Michael and Sarah in the playground. Besides sensing some danger moment, what did you talk about? Was there a kiss or a hug? Do you remember this?
Oh, at the very end of season 5?
Yeah. I guess.
I believe we were talking about little Mike. I think we got him. We were sitting and talking, and it was a scene where we were walking, and we got an ice cream,
Okay.
and it was a sort of domestic bliss. It was a kind of like they got it. They got the white picket fence and the kid, and they're all happily together. And then Michael looks behind him, and Mordecai Kellerman is in a bush. Not really, but like a version. Well, it might have been Mordecai, somebody. Was in there. There was like someone back there. It was very domestic. I remember. And I remember even like the costume for it was this like black and white striped dress and like a denim. And I was like, I look like every single mom, every single white lady mom indicator. It was just like, it was very normal. And to be honest, it might have been why they cut it, because Michael and Sarah being normal, I just don't think.
Yeah. It also might be one of those things where it's great to write, and then you see it and you go, "Oh, we don't actually want to see this. We want to imagine it."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like we want the audience to be able to enjoy it.
Kaylee Monks has an interesting question. Always
Okay.
wondered how the hell Teabag stayed off death row. That's. Did he
Maybe
kill people, or was he just? Sorry, I was about to say just pedophilia. I'd strike that from the record.
I think he did kill people, but I thought in the last episode there was some kind of deal struck. I know they drag him off to prison, right?
No, but like the first season, why isn't he?
Did Illinois? Oh, of course it had it. What am I saying? Of course I was like, does it have a death penalty? I was like, the whole show's premise is that.
Plot point.
Yeah. Hi, Sophia.
Kaylee, we don't know.
Hi,
We don't know. It's a good question,
Sophia.
Kaylee Monks. We don't know.
Sophia
Okay.
Oliveira from Brazil. Is that how you pronounce that?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Oliveira, like the
Oliveira.
MMA fighters.
Oh, Kate.
Oh, she wanted a shout out. Hi, Sophia. Sorry, I'm catching up.
Yes, Kate it's awake. It's 3:20 in Australia. 3:20 a.m.
Dang. Thank you for waiting up for this.
Thank you for staying up, Kate. That's fun. That's fun. I hope
Go read Tyson Yunkaporta. It's going to be so relevant to you.
Well,
as
she's
an
probably
Australian.
just wanting to go to sleep.
Well, I don't mean like right now.
All right.
Moni wants to know wants to know your favorite place in Vancouver. You've been shooting there for a while. Do you have some good spots?
She's in Yaz, my favorite sushi restaurant like in the world, and that's in Vancouver.
Bravo.
Right downtown, tiny little place, really, really good.
Nice.
I went up to Squamish and I went on a great hike, those waterfall hikes, and then north
pretty
of
up there.
there, yeah.
Pemberton.
So yeah, all that.
All that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Annalena is also an amazing restaurant, but it's like
I don't
it's a
know that
like
one.
make sure it's a very fancy.
Oh,
It's got a Michelin star. I think it's the only restaurant I've ever been to with a Michelin star.
oh.
But it's kind of amazing. Let's see.
I do love Stanley Park, and I was just in Vancouver for 5 months and didn't go once. So there you go.
Really? Are you done now with that
I'm done.
that job? Or
yeah.
are you coming back? Okay.
Well, hopefully we're coming back next year.
All right.
Just finished season 1.
Outstanding. What is it? We should make sure everybody watches
It's
it.
called The Audacity, and it will be on AMC,
Audacity.
I believe, in March or April. I believe.
Outstanding.
It's going to be good. I think it's a good one.
Go support Paul. Fantastic.
Please,
I'm very
please.
excited for you.
I got to
Hi,
shave my
Noor from
beard- I
Turkey.
got to shave my beard off.
Turkey.
Kind of.
Okay, but the last time I saw you,
It was like this, though. It was like.
it was like when we did the test for this thing a couple days ago, it was like there was a beard that was wearing Paul. Like it was first of all, it was impressive.
Yeah,
Made
we
me think
wrapped.
you should play a Viking.
We wrapped in San Francisco, and then I immediately, literally went to the makeup trailer. I was like,
Did you need a lawnmower? It was amazing. It was an incredible
I
beard.
needed a lawnmower.
Um, Say hi to Noor from Turkey. Scott Vance, would you agree that Sona looked way more brutal when Schofield arrived in season 2 compared to what it was actually like in season 3? Okay, so Scott, we have not seen season 3. And if our schedules ever align to do a rewatch, it will be a not rewatch. It will be a watch.
Watch.
Because we have not seen season 3. We're not
I
in
think
it.
I saw a couple episodes. I think back.
Oh,
in
did
the
you?
day. Back in the day, I think. Yeah, I was.
Okay. I saw
keeping up,
0
and
episodes.
then I couldn't.
Um, does it is this does it feel like Scott's got a point here that when
I don't know, but it makes sense to me because I don't know how you would sustain that even from a production standpoint. Like it's like soaking wet and pitch black. I mean, it would be really tough.
well, and like the amount of open drug use, I'll be honest, when we rewatched it together, I was like, can you show people doing this on Fox back then? I guess you
Apparently
could, but
can't.
maybe not for a whole season.
Uh,
Um, Also, it was a different location because they hadn't built the Sona set yet.
right.
Um, so it's one of those things that happens in production where it's like, sometimes on a pilot, they'll be like, oh, this is the bank. And then they pick up the show, and that bank location is $20,000 a day.
Right.
So you've got to build a version of it on stage. And all of a sudden it's, you know,
Yeah, and I wonder if
less
there's a story reason for it too. I wonder. I don't know.
potentially. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, Robin Jarrett says, tell us a ghost story from Joliet, please. Let's go. I mean, do you
Ooh,
remember Dom? Dom always swore
something weird in the cell. I mean, it was Gacy's cell.
he felt like somebody tapped him on the shoulder in Gacy's cell.
Ugh.
Um, and I buy it. I only shot one scene in there with him. Did you ever shoot in the death row? I had one scene in there with him, um, season one, and it was like it felt totally different from the rest of the prison. And it was physically different too. Like it wasn't just another wing. They'd built its own block.
Right.
Um, and it was kind of, if I remember right, it was like in the middle almost. Like it was surrounded by the rest of the prison. Um, and yeah, you didn't want to be in there. It was like the hair on the back of your neck was up the whole time.
Yeah.
Um,
They have ghosts, they have vibes, but I don't remember a specific ghost story. But the Dom one, that's a good one.
well, and Dom isn't the kind of person to make that up. Do you know what I mean? Like Dom's, I imagine Dom is very hard to frighten. Um,
Yeah.
Actually, Robin, the worst ghost stories I've ever heard are about Riverview in Vancouver, which is a
Um,
place that lots and lots and lots of people shoot. And it's a former insane asylum that was closed at one point because of like uh, bad practices because they were mistreating people. And
mm,
I shot Unspeakable on like the third or fourth floor. And our sound mixer told me a story about being in that building a year or two prior. And he was the boom operator, and the sound mixer was like, there's a noise coming from the basement. Would you go make sure all the doors are closed because it sounds like there's wind? And he was like, ugh, don't want to, but sure. Goes down, closes all the doors. He's two steps up the stairs, hears the sound, turns
no.
around, all the doors are open.
No.
And he was like, okay. So he went back upstairs and he told the sound mixer, and he's like, this is what happened. I'm never going back down there. And the sound mixer was like, no problem. No one's ever setting foot back down there. And I was told that because I was acting and directing in something that we were shooting higher up.
Oh my
And I was like,
goodness.
I'm looking for a quiet place. And he was like, not the basement.
Ugh.
So weirdly, Riverview appears to be more haunted than uh,
I shot an abandoned hospital on Roosevelt Island, and it was very creepy.
Amoudy lived on Roosevelt Island for a
Yeah.
while in New
Yeah,
York.
there was. Yeah, I remember that. That's
Huh.
weird.
Yeah, I've never even been.
Uh,
Um,
what
oh,
were your
Ingrid
first?
just
Yes.
first impression, same one. Are we looking at the same one?
Yes. I
First
don't remember.
impressions
I
of
don't
each
remember
other.
meeting.
I think the first time,
I feel like it was a photo shoot or a day where we did the photo shoot in the prison of all of us standing there, and then we all did interviews.
so the night before that,
Oh,
we had sushi. Fox took us all out to sushi, and we were all eating at this restaurant. And I remember you were sitting across from me, and I was eating my sushi, and you were like, "You're not worried about soy sauce?" the night before a
Oh
photo shoot?
God, it's such a me question, and I'm so
No,
embarrassed.
no, you shouldn't be. But I was like, why?
Because a movie star who will remain nameless, once said to me, "Don't eat soy sauce the day before you shoot. You'll be puffy."
Because you retain water. I had no idea. So my first impression of you was as somebody who knew far more about the
Oh,
like tricks
oh,
and tips
it
of the
wasn't.
business
Oh
than I
my
did. I was like,
God,
oh
this
shit.
guy's vain.
No, not no. It felt like you were getting my back because you knew I didn't know what I was doing. Um,
I look at those interviews. I don't remember. I saw it a couple of years ago. What the interviews? I don't even know if it was just a press kit or if it was for Entertainment Tonight or what it was. But I remember I was just talking about Kellerman like this. Like I was so excited. I couldn't keep my cool. I was like, he's a
um,
Secret Service agent who killed. I was like a little kid. I like couldn't play it cool.
that's good.
I know.
That's
I know.
beautiful.
It's just looking back at it, you're like, oh, take it down a notch,
I know. Well, you can't
buddy.
watch your own interviews because you just they're. I gave an interview the day COVID shut down LA,
Ugh.
and it's like my mom watched it and she was like, "You're not okay." I was like, "I was not okay," but it doesn't say that the interview was like
Right.
March 12th, 2020 or something. So I'm just like a crazy person. Um, Blue Bellisk, Blue Belsk. Sorry, guys.
Blue.
So question for Sarah, what did you love most about your character, Sarah?
Hmm.
What is the most interesting and endearing aspect of her for you? You know what I mean? I think loyalty. I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine who's basically a Viking the other day, and I realized that like my standards for loyalty are a big problem in my life. Well, because I don't understand why everybody doesn't see the world the way I do,
Oh,
so I get really hurt when people's version of loyalty is this sort of like watered down
so
like
it's caused you problems, but it's not the kind of thing you should like lose. It's a wonderful quality.
no, but I mean, but I also definitely lost my job on Walking Dead because I went to war for Frank Darabont, and like that level of loyalty. I mean, there's a dollar figure attached to it. I don't think I'd change it about myself, but I'm starting to see
That's
the
kind of
ways
what.
in which it's um, not necessarily compatible with uh, everybody's perspective. But yeah, that was the thing I loved most about Sarah was that
Mm.
she was super super loyal, even when she was like, "Oh, this is really gonna suck because I'm gonna walk into this fire now."
Uh huh.
But it's like, well, the idea of not walking into the fire didn't occur to her.
Uh huh.
Um, oh, this is interesting. Paul, what do you think about this? Tajissi, I apologize, but beautiful name. Tijssie wants to know what you think is the biggest plot twist
Yeah, I just read that.
in Prison Break.
Biggest. I mean, there's so many plot twists.
So many.
Um. Um. I mean, is it that Terrence Steadman is alive? That's got to be one of them.
That's pretty. Yeah, I mean the incest also. Like some of these
Yeah, yeah.
involve. I don't want to
But
talk about
also,
that
I
one.
think in terms of, I mean, this would be. I don't want to take anything away from the series because I think it was full of wonderful plot twists. But
Hmm.
the essential plot twist, the plot twist, if you will. Oh my God,
I will. No, I will go. I love it.
is we don't know what he's doing until he's my brother,
Mm, mm.
right?
The
I mean, the whole premise is based on a plot twist, which is this guy.
gets thrown
Why
into
is this
prison.
guy robbing
Hmm.
this bank? Why is he going to jail? Oh, so that's one. Two is that the plans are tattooed on him.
Hmm.
I mean, that's a plot twist that kept giving and giving because we got to like,
Giving and giving.
we got cute poison, you got all the different
Hmm.
things.
I
I would say
also
those two.
I think you're right about that. One of my favorite ones is the Oscar Shales setup where um Abruzzi thinks he's going.
Oh, that's not Oscar Shales. It's
Oh, it's not. It's Fibonacci.
Fibonacci.
Where
Yeah,
Abruzzi's men think they're going
Yes, it's
to kill Fibonacci, and they get set up.
it's the Silence of the Lambs switcheroo.
Yeah. Those are some of my favorites because they're so smart. And as an audience, you don't feel dumb for not seeing it
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. We stole that a few times
Um,
for imposters.
um, oh, wait, I got some shout outs. Resburgu. You got to tell me, Resburgu? Tell me last name, maybe? Oxaloxar. XLXR.
Spurgu, yeah.
Um, Georgia Car Car Caforio. Guys, I don't know what's going on with my brain. Am I a Swiftie? I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm really not. Um,
How come no one's asking me that?
but players got to play. Because I said that stupid thing about
I know, but no one's asking me.
Kelsey's. Paul, are you a Swiftie?
My daughter went through a phase where she really was in when she was like 6 or 7, where she really was into 1989. So I have a fondness for that album because we
Okay.
listened to it in the car a lot.
Yep.
And I think there's good songs on it.
Vanessa wanted to know, actually, do you have a song that reminds you of the time back when you were filming Prison Break? It could be, Paul, a song from Doris, your band.
Mm.
Do you have a song?
No, there is a song, but I don't know if it came out at this time or if I just listened to it at this time. There's a Rilo Kiley song called "Better Son, Daughter." It's Jenny Lewis's band from back in that era. And I don't know. I just remember listening to that song a whole bunch
whole
when we were
bunch?
in Chicago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, and in Dallas, there's this great M. Ward album that came out when we were in Dallas called Post-War. It was all about like the war on terror and love.
Oh, wow.
And
And love.
and love songs. And I remember those too. Yeah.
Oh, good answers.
You?
Not that I can remember. I started on Walking Dead. I started making a playlist for every character, but I didn't do that on this one. You're much more of a music person.
Yeah, I didn't have a music thing for Kellerman though, but that I do for most characters.
I feel like
think-
Kellerman doesn't.
Yeah,
Listen to a lot of
not a
music.
music guy. I think he's probably listening to just military chants. Like
Do you
marching
think? I was
orders.
about to say like Miles Davis or something. Like he's
Oh,
got,
yeah, that'd be
or
cool.
like maybe like Flight of the Valkyries or something. Just
More of
constantly in
that.
the. It's just Wagner all the
Just
time.
Wagner. Just all Wagner. Or like Sousa, or just like military, like da, 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 da. Just yeah.
That's-
what do they call it? Corporal. What do they call that music?
Owen Kravecki, on the other hand.
Oh, Owen Kravecki, big jazz guy, probably.
Oh, I was gonna go Wilco. Just like a
Probably,
Wilco
yeah.
guy, you know?
North side, jerky salesman. Oh, Owen.
By the way, I have to tell you a story that's not germane, but I think you're going to appreciate it. I'll try and do it very quickly, but I was just told this story this morning, and I was like, I got to tell Paul. Do you mind if I take a moment, friends?
I don't
Just give me a
mind.
second. My sister-in-law has, they live on a small farm in way upstate New York. And out of her barn, she runs like a vintage shop, right? Where she just goes to junk sales and yard sales, and she accumulates. She's got amazing taste. Got a bit of a presence on Facebook or something. It's called like Vintage Find 78. And she gets a call yesterday at like 3 from someone, and he was like, "Hey, I'm friends with some Black Crows, and they want to come by your thing at like after 4. Can you stay open a little bit because you close at 4?" And she was like, "Sure." What? Sure. So at like 4, whatever, 15, not 4:20, because that would be too perfect. They like roll up, and she like unlocks the barn. They're looking around and like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, what about that couch?" And she's like, $50 for the couch. And they're like, "Okay. What about that ashtray?" And she was like, "The ashtray's more because it's, like the provenance, whatever." And they buy a bunch of stuff and they leave. And she like catches the name on the way out, and it's the Black Keys.
Not the Black Crows.
Not the Black Crows, the Black Keys, which is one of my favorite bands
Oh,
and one of her husband's favorite bands. And they themselves showed up in their tour van and like bought a bunch of her stuff and left. And she didn't overcharge them, and she didn't
well, that's
ask for a photo or anything weird.
God,
And I
that's
just,
so
I was like,
funny.
I got to tell Paul because you're a music guy. And yeah, and apparently the Black Keys are nice people in person. Okay, sorry. We're getting back to this.
I'm still picturing the Black Crows, but that's fine. What
Well,
else I like?
Oh, is the Black Crows a band?
The Black Crows?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
From
know,
like
dude.
the 90s, early 2000s. Yeah,
I only know the
you know
Black
them.
Keys.
You know them. They were very like 70s retro. They were brothers. They had like long black hair. He had a real raspy voice. Sometimes Salvation, you know that song?
Probably not, dude. I'm shit at
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Okay. Zoe Temeleon. You guys just gotta like. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How did you feel about your storyline in season 5? What would you change, Paul? Would you not get shot?
I would not die.
I would not. I would not die. I would not die. Honestly, Zoe, I would not be remarried. That was so hard. I know that they need it for a plot point and all of that, but when I read those scripts and I was like, sorry, she what? I had to like put my phone down and close my laptop so I didn't send a strongly worded email objecting. Yeah, I it pissed me off. But okay.
That was Mark. That was you marrying Mark.
Yeah. Mark Feuerstein, who, by the way, is one of the loveliest people and
Yeah.
so
We
delightful
should
to work
have
with.
him on season 3. We should have him.
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark is lovely. And I was grateful to work with him. But the idea of Sarah remarrying, also the idea of Sarah remarrying so that I feel like the premise was Sarah remarried so that little Mike could have a father. And there's a part of me that's like, he's got an uncle. He's got a bunch of uncles because like Sucre's out there in the world. And I, of all the things, Sarah I feel like feels like a very capable single
It makes
mother.
a little more of a traditionalist than she reads most of the time.
Yeah. And I don't know, like we also had a totally different group of writers for season 5. And so I think, you know, they may have seen the show differently. They may have seen the characters differently. I know we had Paul Sharing, but we didn't have any of the other writers because they were all off doing other things. But yeah, the whole concept of Sarah being married to somebody else, I found kind of challenging.
Noy asks, when you first read the script, did you think the series would be so successful? I'm going to say I had no idea.
I never know. My husband did.
Really?
He read it and he was like, this is going to be huge. And I was like, what? He's like, this is going to be huge. He's got a really good sixth sense for those kinds of things. I don't know, maybe because he's not in the business and doesn't care. But yeah, he was very pro.
Huh.
Actually, he wasn't pro me doing it. He was like, take it or leave it. But I think people are going to love this show.
That's cool.
Zoe's asking how jujitsu is going. Zoe, bad. Bad.
Why?
I've hit a wall. Everyone tells me I have to just keep going, and I will keep going. Although every time I go direct somewhere, I have to stop training for a while. Dude, because I'm not an athlete, and I'm terrible at it. Like, you know when you say you're bad at something, people are like, no, you're not. It's no, I really am. I'm bad at it. And I'm over the initial, like, oh, this is cool. I'm learning a new thing. And now I'm like, I'm just getting owned.
Yeah.
And I need to find at the gym I'm at right now, there are no training partners who are the right size for me. You know what I mean? So like my last class, I trained with a brand new guy and he was lovely, but he was like in his 20s and a dude and literally almost broke my neck. It was his second class. And I was like, bro, like you're going to break my neck. And I'm just smaller and weaker and twice his age.
Why jujitsu, man?
Because my kids do it. And so
is that what Josh does?
Well, he doesn't do anything anymore. He's got too many injuries. But no, I mean, he did some. He was Carlson Gracie's last student in Chicago. So when we were in Chicago, Carlson Gracie is he's passed away, but he's a legend. The Gracies are some of the people who brought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the U.S. from Brazil. And Carlson was a master, and Josh was his last student. So when we were in Chicago, Josh was like, I need to find some martial arts, and was like, I'm going to find the best teacher and then study with them regardless of the art.
There you go.
So
that's a great answer.
He started our kids doing it, and I was like, I want to spend more time with the kids. So I started it. And yeah, so I'm going to keep going, but it's rough, dude.
That's part of it, he said condescendingly, who doesn't do jiu-jitsu.
Somebody said, would you like working on Lost instead of Prison Break if you could go back in time? That's an interesting question.
Not me. Also, the stories about Lost are bad.
Are they?
I mean, I know Prison Break had its problems
Challenges.
and challenges,
Yeah.
but there's a book written about like how toxic Lost was, and like Lindelof has made like formal apologies and
Who's Linda Loff? Am I supposed to know that?
Damon Lindelof.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I heard Linda Spash
Loff.
Loff.
Lindelof is here. No, Damon Lindelof was the writer of Lost. He's the writer of
Right.
Watchmen. He's the writer of...
Yeah.
Did he do The Leftovers? I think he did The Leftovers.
He's a huge showrunner. I do know the name.
Amazing.
Here's okay. All I know about Lost is because Holloway was on it.
Oh, right, of course.
They had to ADR like 90% of the lines
It was like...
because Hawaii's got airplanes constantly overhead.
airplanes.
The
Not 'cause of
one
the
thing
ocean
you
and the
can't
wind.
have. Also the airplane, also the ocean and the wind. I would not have rather worked on Lost with the caveat that I'm from Hawaii and I have never been able to work in our industry in Hawaii.
And that could be cool.
And the idea of working at home would be amazing. I will say they need to stop creating and shooting shows in Hawaii without Hawaiians. And yes, I know there was just one massive exception with Chief of War, but like they need to never have another show in Hawaii with no Native Hawaiian writers, no Native Hawaiian directors, and no Native Hawaiian actors. And you cannot tell me they're not out there because if you're creating a show and it's going to Hawaii, call me. I know the people. I can give you their names. Stop showing up in Hawaii and not creating jobs for Native Hawaiians. Thank you. That is my TED Talk scene.
Fantastic. Robin Garris, who never asks for shout outs, says, please say hi to Maybelle Denise and Angie OG Prison Break and Save the Good Doctor comrades. You guys trying to save the good doctor?
Thanks, guys.
I hope it goes
Those
well.
were the people who brought me back after season 3.
Yeah.
That was the
Save the Good Doctor is you.
I'm the good doctor.
Oh, not the current
Oh,
Freddie Highmore show. I thought maybe they were also
past.
bonding. I thought they were also trying to save
that's hilarious.
that.
The Good Doctor. Wait, quick question, guys. When you heard that they were making a show called The Good Doctor, did you think it was Sarah Tancredi? Did you think it was a
Right.
spin-off? Because that would be hilarious. If it's a spin-off that has nothing to do with Prison Break, it's just Dr. Sarah being a doctor. And it's just like a medical show. There's no talk of prisons. That would just be the biggest letdown in the
Yeah,
entire
people would be like, where's the twist?
world. Scott, do you remember filming the prison riot in season 1? Yeah, man, you can go back and listen to that episode. It was super intense. Oh, okay, it was super, super intense and triggering in a lot of ways. The guys were great. And then I was in Germany doing a convention in, I think, May of this year. And it was a Walking Dead convention. There was a woman named Paula who was on the show, and I never saw her work, but she's got a wonderful energy. And she sits down, me and Cudlets are just sitting in like a cafe in Germany, and she and her husband walk by. We're like, "Oh, come sit." And her husband keeps looking at me funny, and I was like, "That guy kind of reminds me of somebody. I can't do the math." And it's like an hour in, we're like appies and drinks in, and he goes, "You don't remember me?" And I was like, "I feel like I should, but I have a perimenopausal brain and I've worked with a
no.
lot of people, so help
I
me out."
don't.
And he goes, "I played Pop Pop." And I'm like, "Oh shit." I was like, "You tried to rape me." And his wife goes, "What?" And I was like, "Sorry, on TV.
Oh
You
my
tried to
God.
rape me on TV." But it was one of his very first jobs. And he's such a good actor. His name is Brad. He's so fantastic. And now he works a lot in New York and in theater, but it was one of his very first jobs.
And was he doing the convention?
No, his wife was, because she was a Walking Dead person. And he was just like,
Got it.
a lot of people bring their spouses. They're like, "Hey, you want to go to Germany? It'll be fun."
Yeah.
So it was so wild. I was like, "Dude, we rewatched that episode and you're so good." He's so fantastic. But he's Pop's the wiry little white dude who's always jumping around everywhere. Let's see. Are you guys going to bring Wentworth or Dominic on the podcast? They have been invited. Dominic's response was, I can't be trusted on podcasts because I will say something dumb and ruin my career. And I gotta say, he's probably right. I love Dom, but being super measured in his words has never been something that he's particularly given a ton of attention towards. And so it's not his strong suit. If he decided to put attention towards it, I think he'd be great at it. But it's not a value for him. And yeah, Went's just too private. He's just too private.
Would you guys do a Prison Break themed escape room? Yes.
Wait, there was one.
There was?
Yes. Okay. So for season 5, we launched the show. One of the places we launched the show was at South by Southwest. And they sent us to South by Southwest. And
They
it was
had
like
escape rooms in 2005?
season 5. Sorry, season 5.
Sorry.
So this would have been 13 maybe? I don't know when season 5 was, guys.
14,
One of you guys
14.
is going to figure this out. And they brought us all. It was like me, Dom, Nepper, Sharing. I can't remember if Wentworth was there or not. And they brought us to a place called The Escape Game, TEG. And they gave me a hoodie, a sweatshirt that I still wear as pajamas. It's so comfortable. And I remember they were like, you guys are in town. So we did a Prison Break themed escape room for you guys. And I think some of the guys did it. The idea of escape room, not interesting to me, but I think some of the guys like stayed and did it and they thought it was really cool.
Wow.
So yeah, somewhere in Austin back in the day that existed.
That is really cool.
Alicia said, I'm currently watching Grey's Anatomy. Did either of you ever audition or get an offer to work on it? Well, you were
Yes.
basically on Grey's.
Yeah, I was on the spinoff.
Yeah,
And I was originally cast on Grey's.
that's right.
I was originally going to be Dr. Burke, but then there was a scheduling conflict. And now I don't fly around on a private plane.
Fair enough. What's your favorite series? I feel like Rome is my all-time favorite series. I loved that show.
Is that Julian McMahon? Who
I
played the
remember it was
lead?
Polly Walker. Well,
Polly Walker.
no, speaking of Grey's, Kevin McKidd was in it.
Kevin. Yeah. And Julian, not Julian. What's his name? I think he just might have passed. I think the guy from Nip
Julian
Tuck.
McMahon did, but I don't think he's in.
Oh, was that not him? I might be
Rome.
thinking of somebody else. Okay.
I don't think so. Freaking great though.
My two favorite series are Mad Men and Sopranos. Boring, but true.
Good though. Good.
Also, I'm a huge Parks and Rec person.
Oh yeah,
That show, it just tickles me endlessly.
tickles me endlessly. Please make that the title of your next album.
And yeah.
Does it feel weird to read your own characters during Fan Fiction Fridays? Yaha.
No,
Yaha. Yes, it does.
it's funny.
But it feels weird. You're not the one on a boat in the middle of the ocean with Lincoln and Michael growling at each other.
I mean, didn't it feel weirder reading Teabag and
Teabag and Abruzzi?
Abruzzi making love? Sweet
No,
love?
I gotta be honest. I loved it. I was so there for it. I was like, this is season 6. We can do it without Michael. It's just Teabag and Abruzzi.
Teabag and Abruzzi, the rom-com.
Yes, completely.
Oh, here's a good one. Who would you cast as Sarah's mother?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't even know. Out of the picture?
dead.
Deceased.
Dead. Okay, so who would have been married to rest in
Susan
peace,
Sarandon
John?
is what's pitched here, and I think that's Susan Sarandon
Oh
as
my
your
God.
mom would be a great combo.
Amazing.
And I see that would make it would track.
That would be incredible.
It would track, and
I would
and John Hurd would track.
Her and John Hurd would track. Yeah, that great, guys. You solved it. Like
Sarandon that's a great pitch.
done.
What was your first reaction when you called up to play in the role of prison when you got the call? Oh my God, mine was crazy.
Yours was crazy?
I was gonna do a pilot. I was doing a pilot because I was only recurring on. I guessed it on Prison Break pilot, right?
Oh, that's right.
And they were like, "Yeah, you have to leave in 36 hours and da da da, and I had this
Yep.
other stuff going on. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And then they were like, you have like 2 hours to make the choice. We have somebody else that we'll go to if not. And Liza, my ex, and I remember
And your
they were
future
like,
wife, then.
and my future wife,
Your
yeah.
once and future wife.
My once and future wife, my once and future ex-wife,
Who is lovely.
who was lovely. We're like, you should do this. This is gonna be fun, and you'll enjoy it. And I was like, okay, I went and did it. You?
I don't remember.
Okay.
The thing that is etched in my memory is locking my keys in my car and
Have you
having all
s-
the executives walk past me.
Oh, right. I remember that story. Roya, have you seen any headcanons? If so, do you have any favorites? I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Okay.
Nope. Lex wants to know, have you been able to watch any of your work with any of your kiddos? No?
Not I. I know that my daughter and some of her friends watched Prison Break recently, or watched a few episodes of
No
Prison
way.
Break, like at somebody's house at night. Like
What was that like for her? Being like, yo, that's my dad when
she
he was...
plays it real cool. I don't know. I know
Okay.
that she's seen me in stuff and she's seen her mom and stuff.
Okay.
She's
That's right, because she's got both parents who
yeah,
are
she's
acting.
pretty whether she's just playing out or not, she's not impressed.
Okay. Fair. My kids watched Colony.
Oh, cool.
Probably because they were at a sort of watching age while I was doing it. They also got to be close with some of the actors. I'm not close, but we spent a lot of time together as a cast. We were a really social cast. And so they were watching as much for like Josh and Amanda and Peter as everybody else. But
That's so cool.
yeah, they liked that a lot. Sophia Fisher, yes, it is true that I fought to not take Jacob's last name in season 5.
Do you remember what it was?
Mordecai?
Poseidon?
Sarah Poseidon? It's very on the nose. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going back because I know there's a bunch of these that we missed. We have to go in just a couple minutes. This is interesting. I was actually thinking about this in a different context today. Amore, happy birthday coming up. Did fame from the shows, people approaching you in public, fans recognizing you, ever feel overwhelming? And even now, how does that kind of attention affect your time out with family? Partly, Paul, I'm curious how you feel about this because I don't know about you, but it has changed completely for me in the last 2 years. Now, Prison Break just left Netflix, but when it had come back, I went from feeling like a very comfortable level of anonymity to all of a sudden, particularly in Europe, that totally changing.
Yeah. Europe last year was different.
Yeah.
There was it's I would say 99% of my interactions have not been uncomfortable. There was a period when my daughter was young where she didn't understand what was happening, that you had to kind of run interference and be like, I'll talk to you, but you got to walk over here with me.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, let's go this way. And then, but Prison Break was the first thing I was ever recognized for, which I still contend was very helpful because I actually think people respond to you differently based on what character you're playing.
100%.
Like when Private Practice was on and people were responding to that character, it was a much more comfortable,
Sure.
touchy, physically
Okay.
touchy, almost, huggy. He's so cozy, and he was a very friendly character. So I think that
People think they're your friend.
yeah.
So here's
it was nice to be a sociopathic killer being recognized because people were just a little more gentle.
a little more my dance space, your dance space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the reaction Rob got when we were sitting together in the pace car doing a lap at the Indy 500 that we were invited to, like, I think between season 1 and 2. And I was like, I am uncomfortable with the amount of love this character is getting right now. I was like, 500,000 white people in the South are cheering for this guy, and I am nervous about it.
I mean, it is a fun villainous.
100%. He played it great. It's funny. I answered this question recently, and I'll repeat it here. I think of it this way: if you worked at Radio Shack, I know it's not 1983, but go with me. Best Buy. You got a job at Best Buy. You like your job at Best Buy. You knew you were going to get a job at Best Buy. It's now Sunday. You're not working. And a stranger walks up to you in the street and goes, "My phone stopped working. Will you fix it for me?" It's a little bit of a like, listen, I love my job. I'm not at my job. And what you're asking me to do is actually work. And so I try to be patient and stuff and kind and grateful and all of that. But the drive-by expectation of I'm going to walk up to you out of the clear blue sky, take a photo without introducing myself or having any kind of human interaction, and then zoom off with my head down in my phone to go post that photo,
Yeah.
I find very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And there's a
don't-
part of me that kind of wants to be like, listen, love and respect. Thank you so much for your support of the work I do, but I'm not at work right now.
I disagree. I would push back on the metaphor or the analogy, because
Either one for me.
it's kind of like someone handing you a monologue and asking you to do a monologue. I think that it is ancillary. I mean, I don't love it either, and I think what you're describing just sounds rude. But yeah, I'm not telling you to like it or anything.
No.
I don't always like it. It's interesting. I'm just going to bring it back to the Beatles.
As you should.
First of all, like 5 years ago, Ringo Starr just put out a statement saying, "No more pictures, no more autographs, period." Do you know that? He's like, "I've been doing this for 50 years. That's enough." And now McCartney does this thing where he's like, "I will not take a picture with you, but I will talk to you."
Oh, is it Cameron Diaz has something similar to that, right?
It's like, I'll shake your hand and I'll have a conversation with you for 20 seconds, but I'm not like a show pony.
Yeah.
So interesting. It's so interesting. It's an interesting conversation.
It is.
We have time for like one more. I don't know if that's what we want.
Also, belated birthday shout out from Alexandra. Time for one more. This is interesting. I'm going to blow this name. Adriana Pavlovich, maybe?
Okay.
Guys, what do you think was the most important part of your character's character development?
Mine's very straightforward, I think. Is it when he... I think... Well, it's along the same lines, but killing Hale and then having to and being told to kill Sarah. I think it was that's when Kellerman, when it really came into, I think killing Hale was because a code had been breached, like loyalty, like you talked about loyalty, like he could not stand the lack of loyalty, and that when the Sarah, trying to get information out of Sarah and then being told to kill her, I think in context of the Hale thing and now with Sarah, who's someone that he is fond of and respects, I think he actually says to himself, I don't know, we may have lost the plot here. And I think that's where something really deep and essential in him starts to turn. So I think that is the fulcrum for him.
It's interesting because I think of the two moments I would articulate, one of them is definitely that same circumstance of being tortured and like recognizing recognizing these are the stakes, like you are out of your depth, and B, having to fight for her own life. I think it wakes something up. You know, I mean, I think until then she'd been.
So where is that? Did you say what plot moment that was?
Oh, the Kellerman bathtub stuff. I mean,
Oh,
I think
really?
it's I think it's
Oh.
that same moment of like, because until then she's kind of riding the wave.
Ancillary. Yeah. Like even the riot, like you're caught up in something. You're not targeted.
Right. It's not, I'm not in the crosshairs. And all of a sudden it's an understanding that like, not only are you in this, but you will never get out of this. And so you have to become a different person to cope with it. And then actually the other answer is the riot, because it's, you know, and a beautifully constructed dramaturgically on the part of the writers, but it sets up all of the trust and all of the loyalty between them, which is, you know, I think after it's over, she's home going, wait a minute. He came through the ceiling to get me. And had he not, I might not be alive. I certainly wouldn't be okay emotionally. And that sense of like, I know who this man is fundamentally, because at a time where he had nothing to gain and everything to lose, he put himself on the line for somebody who he thought was innocent. I think that there's something fundamental that propels the rest of the story from her perspective there. And I think we have to leave it there.
Yes, leave it there with a shout out to Nur, N-U-R, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, for his edits. They're great. Those fan edits are great.
They're amazing. And I mean, shout out to all y'all. Like,
yeah, you guys, thank you so much
20
for
years ago.
Staying up late, getting up early, whatever you're doing to be here with us.
Whatever you're doing to be here for us.
Yeah, let's do more of these. I like this. I like this format.
This is fun. This is super fun. We are going to be recording some more fan fiction soon, so stand by for that. And once we get our schedules together, we're going to start thinking about what comes next.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys. Really appreciate it from all over the place.
Yeah.
That you're joining us from all over the world. And
an
interesting, poignant moment because Prison Break is now off of Netflix. So.
Oh wow. Yes. All right.
So we're gonna have to figure out where we rewatch it, Paul. I don't know how that works.
Good point.
All right, Paul. Lovely to see you.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
Ben, thank you for being our producer in the background.
Thank you. Talk to you guys soon.
Ciao, guys.
Bye.
Bye.